if you're a support player and you're not playing Rocket Raccoon yet, or if you're a DPS and you need a good team up, then you might consider having this guy on your team. I understand that other players have their preferences. There are other selections you can use in certain situations, but Rocket Raccoon to me is the most consistently effective support player in Marvel Rivals, and you have the obvious reasons why. He does massive healing output all the time. All he does is heal, heal, heal. He's very hard to hit, and he's even harder to kill, of course, and he revives his teammates, so it's going to be even harder for the enemies to get the pick. And damage boosting as well, he does it all. But today I kind of want to focus on the team up ability, which I think people are starting to figure out. But Winter Soldier and Punisher, two very good characters, but even better when they team up with Rocket because he can just drop them that infinite ammo. And the rate at which they charge their ultimates goes up exponentially because of this team up. I don't know if there's a better team up, but especially not on healer because it's all about the damage output, and he takes these two characters to their ultimate level. I've seen Winter Soldiers both on my team playing Rocket and on the enemy team just getting their ultimates, every minute it seems. And if you have a good Winter Soldier, you can just wipe the entire team. Here you can see the clip where the Winter Soldier gets, even though I'm not playing Rocket at the time, I'm actually playing Mantis, but he's got the team up with Rocket. He kills the entire team by himself. He gets 8 kills in a row in one life with his ultimate. So this team up ability, especially on Push the Spider, is just an absolute game changer in the hands of the right players. Of course, there may be some counters. It's not going to work. No composition is going to work in every single match. But even in high level play, even in Grandmaster, which is where I was in Season 0, Rocket is an excellent character to have. You don't have to worry about your Rocket dying if he knows what he's doing. It's very hard to kill him. And the only situation where Rocket would be killed is if you have poor positioning and you just get caught in Eye of Okamoto or something, or if maybe their dive DPS is just relentless and your team isn't doing anything to counter that by pushing ahead and wiping the team faster. That's the only thing that can happen. You can always stay on the move with Rocket. It's not just his evasive capabilities, it's just his general movement, being able to change positions if he needs to get to someone that's out of position to save their lives. And the movement is just incredible. It's so difficult to take care of this guy. You've got to waste ultimates on him. You've got to have someone that's really good at diving to even frustrate Rocket, especially on Push the Robot. He can just sit back and heal his team clustered together. He gets the most heals almost every game. It's almost a certainty. And again, his revive station, armor station, is so clutch because he's the only character that can revive other than Adam Warlock. But Adam Warlock only revives select characters outside of his ultimate. But his ultimate is very hit or miss because you have to still have good positioning or you will revive your teammates back into a death. So I think he's consistently the best healer for those reasons. He's very dependable, very easy to play, but every character, the strength of every character does depend on the player, and just because you have a character that's easy to play, you still have to master it. You still have to have the muscle memory and know your positioning. Anyone that wants to criticize Rocket, you can do so, but keep in mind you always need to have at least 2 healers on your team regardless. So although there are other healers that can compensate for his slow heals, he does healing over time, and especially with the buff that they gave him, is even better now. He can heal multiple people at one time without having to particularly aim. If you have characters that like to fly, if you have Storm or Iron Man, you just kind of have to look in their general direction and you will hit them. You can even heal in advance. You can shoot some of his healing orbs over the top of buildings or bounce them off of walls and heal someone that's in a completely different area. The heals are excellent with this character, and when you combine him with any burst healer especially, you have a great team of healers. So I've been playing this character since the beta. I've always thought he was the most effective healer. That doesn't mean that you have to play him every game. That doesn't mean that, again, you could, in higher level play, you can ban other characters. So the only real criticism that I've heard is that he doesn't have a support ultimate, but he does. He has the damage boost, and if you pop the damage boost, especially in combination with some of the other ults, it's almost a guaranteed. It's almost a guaranteed fight win. You might not team wipe out all the time, but you get so much damage output for your entire team when that pops. And I kind of feel like when you hear that noise, it's like, oh, you gotta back up a little bit. Not as much as some of the other ults, but it certainly does help your team if your team is accurate with their shots, if they make good use of the timing on that ultimate. And you can always ban Luna Snow and the other characters that have those annoying healing ultimates that they use as a crutch if you need to in higher level play. So his ultimate isn't so much an issue. Everything else that he does is so great. On top of that, he has so many good attributes. It's impossible to not think that he can be good, especially with the right team up. If you have at least one Punisher or Winter Soldier, I don't care if that is considered to be meta all the time. This is one of the possible ways to win in this game, again, especially at high level play. You don't have to play Iron Man, Hulk, and Black Panther every single match. If you're a good player and you have good coordination, there were other possibilities of winning. And he does kind of, if you play a soldier or a Punisher, they are kind of also the counter to these flying characters. And when you give them infinite ammo in the hands of the right players, it's an excellent strategy. So I'm going to show some more of my gameplay, and I just want to be Team Rocket for people that don't normally play him. You know, he's been very underrated, and they gave him a buff. I think they wanted him to be experimented with more, but I've always been using him. I stand by. I think he's the best character, or at least the most consistent character on the healing support team, and I think he's kind of like the Mercy of this game. He's not quite Mercy, but in some ways he might be even harder to kill than Mercy. He might not be as effective because his heals aren't as powerful as Mercy's, but he can heal multiple people at once, so he's a very nice twist on the very annoying, hard to kill healer character. So my perspective is someone that was very high GM last season and mostly just played Rocket Raccoon. So I think he's going to continue to be part of the meta, and I think as more people try out different combinations with him, it's going to be seen as a very effective character to use. So don't always trust the tier lists that other people make. You gotta experiment with things for yourself and have quite the sample size using Rocket, and I've been very effective playing with teams using him. So this is my little propaganda for Rocket Raccoon, the pocket rocket, as I like to say.
I'm a monster.
New entry in the war.
Another epic
Hey, there's still a lot. It's right here. Oops. Let me get you. Connect them? They want?
me some!
Dude, they're all coming for me. What the fuck?
Only 60 seconds left.
Dude, this is insane. Focus, just play back and don't let him dive on us. Just hold it for a minute.
This is real!